it's time for us to allow you have your say on the stories making the rounds in the papers, of course, after we've had a very in-depth description to the details and analysis of these stories by the person I'm about to introduce to some and present to others. I'm talking about the editor-at-large of the newsguru.com, the indefatigable youth leader, national youth leader, point of correction. I'm talking about the man with the historical perspective, the man who has a kind heart and a intense perspective to political periscoping. Yeah, I'm talking about none other than the one and only the Guru. Good morning to you, sir.
I am Flabba. What do you call it? Flabba, what?
Something.
Flabba something. I wouldn't know how to start. So, listeners, if I'm getting it wrong today, it's because I do introduce me beyond the level of stability. Good morning. You are welcome, Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. This is Adu and the Guru. Adu, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, sir.
Tell me something about
my weekend.
Yes, please.
My weekend was getting me ready for birthday celebration, so I'm counting down gradually.
Yes. Which of the birthdays first coming? Yours?
Yes, mine. Mine is coming on. My wife's own was earlier. Mine is coming on the weekend.
Oh, this weekend?
Yes.
And you never prepared me for it. You never mentioned it to me. But I ought to have known.
Well, we're just starting the week,
By
so
my facts of June.
we're just starting the week.
I ought to have known. Okay.
So it wouldn't.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you, sir.
So meaning Monday next week, which will be on 27th, I should be saying, meaning we would have finished.
There have been cake. There have been.
Yes, there would have been cake consumed, cake, cake set out, and others.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. All right, you are welcome today. We are not having too much of a. There is no historical perspective. You have to pardon me for that because I've been having some challenges in the past few weeks. It is not always I want to revel you with those challenges, but we have to do with whatever that is available for now. So if historical perspective is not there today, we should please forgive me. I will not mix it next week by the grace of God. Probably what I should talk to you about this morning before we hit the ground running, coming with the topical issues to be discussed, is that the next Monday, by the grace of God, will be 27th of
September.
Then the Monday that follows will be 4th of October. So we have only one Monday standing between today and 4th of October. And 4th of October, we've announced it and you've heard it. We are launching Friends of the Guru. Friends of the Guru is a club that, let's call it a group, of a people that believe that the program must go on and there are some expenses of running the program and Kwanko, they should assist. So there are people voluntarily bringing themselves together, individuals bringing themselves together, placing themselves under the task of not more than 1,000 naira per month, which, after deliberating with all groups, home and abroad, so to put it, we believe that every person who is a fan can bring 1,000 naira to the table at the end of the month. As long as it's not 1,000 daily, 1,000 naira weekly, 1,000 naira bi-monthly or whatever, but in 30 days, 31 days, 1,000 naira is fair, will be okay. Administrator for the group page will be appointed, or they are already on ground voluntarily. Questions to be answered between now and then will be, is it going to be on WhatsApp group, which is limited to 256 membership, or are we going to migrate or start? No, not migration. Are we going to start off straight away on Telegram, which could accommodate as many as 1 million people, members? So this, your contribution will help. But whichever the case, it is voluntary. It is not all the fun that we're expected to want to drive. But for those who would wake me up by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you should be able to do it voluntarily. And 1,000 naira, there is no way we could come to the conclusion that we drive any person out of the seat. But then it is voluntary. If you don't want to, you are not doing it. On the 4th, I had earlier announced it that Adegboyega will be one of those who will launch it here. Dan Ladi will be one of those that will launch it here. Mrs. Elisha will be another one that will launch it here. Deliberately, they were picked from the three tripod. One from the north, one from the southwest, one from the southeast. Then Adu will represent the minority interest because we are from the, you know, Adu is my junior brother. We are from the minority. Adu will represent the minority interest. But something very, very good we are bringing to the table that is that I am bringing a special guest that day. The special guest, beyond being my special guest for that day, will equally coordinate the official launching of it. And you may want to know who that special guest will be. Ado, let me tell you. The newly appointed Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University, Professor Dr. Mrs. Sibiyemi Olatunji Bello, will be here in the studio on the 4th of October as my special guest. She will stay with us throughout. She will arrive here very early in the morning by the grace of God, and she will stay with us until the launching and everything is done. So she will take the responsibility of launching it as it were. So please take note of that. I think our guest for that day, I think it will be a good choice. It's a good choice. What do you think, Ado?
I think it's a fabulous choice, an intellectual to add a little bit of, an academic view to things.
That's good. She's resuming duty today as a Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University. As we are talking here now, she's already in her office. She got there around 8 o'clock in the morning, and she's resuming duty. Then on 4th of October, she will resume with us here before crossing over to her office. So that is the program we have. I do now. Let me measure something. Just something. Just a word. The former deputy governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, he was the presidential candidate of ADC party in 2019. We are talking of Dr. Obadiah Mailafia. I think is he from Kaduna State or what? Or Middle Belt?
Middle Belt.
Middle Belt. Yeah. He passed on. Was it Saturday or Sunday? He passed on. Dr. Obadiah Mailafia, a classical writer, a good brain, an erudite economist, and others. He was the one in one of his interrogations into the Nigeria problems, submitted that an existing governor, in fact, is the commander of Boko Haram. The matter was taken here and there, but today, facts that I imagine from the system tells us that highly connected people are part of leadership of the Boko Haram, Fulani jihadists, herders militia, Fulani herders militia, kidnappers. What are the names? Maybe inclusive the newly named club, which is unknown gunmen. So the man passed on at the Abuja Teaching Hospital in Gwagwalada. That must be Sunday. Sunday was yesterday or the Saturday. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Though there were arguments on how he died, who is behind this, but those are post-mortem. The examination of the body be carried out by the medical doctor of anatomy. The body on the table be torn into pieces by that medical doctor. It's for purposes of knowing what would have been responsible for the death. Because that body is dead. So whatever happened, our good friend Dr. Obadiah Malafia is gone. The only prayer I should say, which is very natural here, is that may his soul rest in peace. I do.
Shall I reel out the menu for today?
Please do, because we are not going to spend too much time. We're going to give time more for people to call into the Kwanko.
Okay, so we have a number of things on the menu. So, like the proverb in the Bible that says the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. I'll start from menu number 7.
Okay.
Ndume faults National Assembly's hasty approval of loans. That's on the nation. Menu number 6, 2023. What I will do if Jonathan joins APC contest for president. And that is Governor Wike from the Daily Post. And 2023, no automatic tickets for Jonathan and new defectors. This is also from the APC. Menu number 4, Fani Kayode lied, never played any role in my defection to APC. Governor Humayi is the one speaking. That's also from the Daily Post. Breaking. Fani Kayode joins APC meets Buhari. That's from This Day newspaper. Menu number 3. Investigation. NNPC in procurement fraud. 2 highest bidders in slop oil sale are same people. And this is from the Premium Times. And menu number 1, which is last but not least. We've been praying for Buhari but can't see result. Sheikh Khalid, Chief Imam, Apple Legislative Quarters, Jumat Mosque, is the one who made that statement. And this is from the Punch newspaper.
Thank you. Let me follow your footstep. Menu number 7, Senator Ali Ndume from Borno State is the one talking here. What is said is that Ndume forced National Assembly hasty approvals of loans. Please let us, he condemned the hasty approvals. And because, like as I said, we are not going to waste too much time on most of this, because I will allow the people, for sake of existing exigency, I will allow the people to do more the deliberations today than I will do. Let us see what the man said. The man said the speed with which the Senate, for example, he insisted, let me quote his words, that while loans are good for the purpose of investment and infrastructure development, using 90% of such loans to service debts is not tenable. He is the Senate Committee Chairman of the military and everything that goes there. He's a city member, he's a city senator. And the man has been in the Senate for such a long time that he probably would have forgotten when the first Senate of this republic started. If the man starts by saying 90% of such loans to service debts, please, like I will keep emphasizing, there's difference between servicing of debts and paying of debts. What we are doing in Nigeria today, all the debt so far accumulated, not one of it is being paid. Either the time schedule for commencement of payment is not yet here, or it still be postponed. But when we say 90% of borrowing goes for servicing of debts, meaning
we are borrowing to pay
the interest rates, which is not the loan per se, the capital borrowed, the money borrowed being paid back. The interest rate and things associated with it is what we use 90% of what we borrow today to pay off. There is no hope, because there is no magic that will tell me that we will have any amount of money if we take 90% of what we borrow to service the debts. Is it 10% now we invest in infrastructure? No. So any person telling me that infrastructure, no wonders. All the borrowing, all the recovering, they are tied to only 3 major infrastructures. The second bridge, Onitsha Bridge, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Abuja Kano
rail.
No wonder we have not developed other infrastructural development beyond these 3. Because the revelation according to Dume now, we know this before. But for this man to have said it, are we not supposed to even give him kudos and appreciate him? 90%, you borrow money, you borrow 100 naira. Then you use 90 naira to service existing debts. Then you have 10 naira left. In servicing the existing debts does not include salaries, does not include utility bills to be paid, does not include allowances, does not include the over-bloated and over-floated cost of governance. It is to service the debts. Is it the 10 naira that is left that you will now use? Which means you are even still consuming. You mean per each debt you incurred, you consume more the total of it for something which has nothing to do with infrastructure development.
Is that why former President Obasanjo was speaking in the over the weekend, and he said that borrowing debt for the next generation to pay is a criminal endeavor?
I don't even know the one that Obasanjo will be referring to as the next generation now, because my next generation should be my direct children. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I believe that this debt we are accumulating now, my 5th generation will participate in paying it. That is if they will be able to finish it. And that is if Nigeria will not be seeded because of the things, the thing that stood for the loans. If as some part of Africa are being seeded, some African countries are being seeded. I don't know whether I know what I'm talking about now. Because what is standing sortie for the debt? What is the
collateral?
What is the collateral deposited? By the time we looked at that, then we know where we are going. So Obasanjo spoke well, but his failure to define to be particular about the generations he's talking about, and obviously not Obasanjo's generation, next generation. If I can term my own as maybe my 5th generation, then it should be Obasanjo's 7th generation that will be paying this debt. So that is number one of what the man said. Then let's go to another. He said, but it is not the borrowing that is the problem, as I always say. It is what you do with what you borrow. It is not wrong, for example, to borrow money from the bank with some reasonable interest to buy a car, especially when you have a family, wife and children to take to school, and you plan to repay gradually with your salary. It is fine, because you cannot afford the money to buy the car on your own. Borrowing to you becomes necessary or necessity. But when you borrow and you cannot buy fuel, then you keep borrowing to buy fuel. and you give the car as a collateral to collect fuel. I don't support that. It is not the borrowing. And this request for loan that the president sent to the National Assembly is part of the approved external borrowing, blah, blah, blah. That is one thing. He said another thing. He said, you guys, he's talking to the press, should look at what the borrowing is for in the first place. Is it necessary? Duma is asking the press now this question. Are the terms good? He knows the terms. Borrowing is not a crime, but when the rate of debt servicing increases, and I understand it is getting to 80 to 90%, you have to be cautious. You have to look at alternatives. Do we need to say more? I think I rest my case on that. It's you said Obasanjo call it sinful. Criminal, that's good. That's good. But unfortunately, those who are the beneficiaries of this debt, who are borrowing it, tell you all type of grammar. They would have stepped aside then. If it is per ratio of each citizen, and this money will be shared, of course, they would have stolen enough that their 10th generation will be pulling from what their father saved, from the stolen fund to make the payment. But then, it's going to be a national calamity. So every person born in Nigeria will share part of the liability. I wonder if Nigeria per se, as a country, had not been ceded to the lender by that time. But if the truth must be spoken, if we must speak the truth, and if it must be said with all boldness of sincerity and fear of God, there is no hope for Nigeria. And that's what we are going through now. Nigeria case is a hopeless one. For those of you who abuse me after today, I really don't bloody care. But look at it. Read what Dume said. Read all the analysis. And now tell me that you borrow 100 naira. 90 naira you now use to service existing debts. 10 naira left for you. And this 10 naira, we've not talked of all the remaining expenses of running over bloated government and kwanko. All the governors are appointing more commissioners, are appointing this. The presidency is not showing good example.
Some even created new ministries.
New ministries are being created. It is terrible. It is terrible. It is with every sense of responsibility that with utmost sadness in my heart this morning that I'm seeing. There seems to be no hope unless a miracle works itself out.
That's why we always encourage people on this show that, like you have said, we should not watch things happen. We should make things happen. If you've not done your CVR, continual voter registration, please do so. Get a PVC. Be part of the process. That's the only way we can take the wheel back. Otherwise, it might just spin out of control.
Malafia fought a very good battle. Obadia Malafia. He's gone. The problem is still here. Anyway, my life will not be sacrificed. Your life equally will not be sacrificed on the altar of fair.
No, Guru. You already told us 120.
Yes, but there is no hope the way it is now. We'll be praying for Buhari, but can't see result. This statement is made by Sheikh Khalid. I don't know if I think I prepared less for today. I would have brought the video clip, so we'll play it. Or can you gain access to it?
I'll look it up now.
Please try to look it up, because if we hear from the man, that will still be the person we are talking about now, the Sheikh Khalid, is the chief imam, Apple Legislative Quarters. He was the one who made the statement. And he had been interviewed. Either he said what he was being quoted as. Yes, he was interviewed. Is it because you are not being taken care of? He said no. That's not the issue. Are you getting any place closer to that?
I think I'm getting something.
Okay. Then he was asked the paramount question. Are you not scared of your life? What that man did there is not more than what the guru is doing here every Monday. Speaking truth to gods of the land. Gods in small letters. To gods of the land. The man said, you speak the truth, you will die. You don't speak the truth, you will die. Why don't you just speak the truth and die? But that he believed he will not die because of speaking the truth. That the truth needs to be told, otherwise. And he believed. You have it?
Yeah, I have a clip. Let me.
Please let us listen to the clip of what Sheikh Khalid said.
His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you have failed us. We have your video telling Nigerians that the military is capable. Our military is capable. It has all the requirements to tackle this insurgency. And if you are voted into power, you are going to make sure that happens in a short time. You have given 4 years an addition. Yet, people are dying like fowls. Killing is becoming norm in Nigeria under your watch, Mr. President. If there is no Nigerian to tell you, I will take the responsibility of telling you. And I will take the responsibility of the consequences. Because the life and properties of Nigerians is above all. Let me tell you, Mr. President, under your watch, bandits are taxing Nigerians. Is that the provision of the Constitution of Nigeria? Under the provision of Constitution of Nigeria, no one has the right to tax any Nigerian, except being authorized by the federal government or any other constituted authority. I'm not a learned person, but I'm not a layman. I'm telling you, Mr. President, you are to take responsibility. Because we have it in the Quran, we have it in Ahadith. Man wajada khayran falyahamidillah, wa man wajada ghayra dhalika fala yalumanna illa nafsa. Who do you want us to give responsibility? Do you want us to give the President of America, the President of Ghana, the President of the Chad? No. We have the right, constitutional right to ask you, Mr. President.
Yes, you are welcome back. You listened to just a few words there. It's a lengthy thing.
Yeah, because of time, we can't take everything.
Because we can't take everything. But the man concluded that prayer for Muhammadu Buhari to be successful is going on. Even from his sector, from other sector. He even mentioned something. He said, if to say this is wrong, he said, where were we when the clerics were criticizing Goodluck Jonathan? And he spoke about life that had become meaningless in Nigeria. And in a further interrogation of the matter, when he was questioned by the press, he said, no, not because somebody should come and see him. Anything he wants, he would get it. But because what is the quality of his life alone compared to all Nigerians? That, for example, you have bandits, you have kidnappers that go and pick children of 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 12 years, And we call the parents that we have your children with us, we have your wife with us, we have your husband with us, brings also amount of money. And that in the modern time, the government said they could not track down these people with all the communication gadgets that are available in the whole world, that it is unbelievable. That is as far as the number one of our menu today is concerned. All this, of course, Sheikh Khalid had received enough of abusive languages from the authority at Bay. As the guru will equally receive a lot of abuses today for saying this. But let us sit down at the quiet part of our own rooms, parlors, whichever place, and devote ourselves to that quiet moment. Are things going well in Nigeria? Please, in answering this question, don't forget you have God to give account to, even your statement. Even if you are beneficiary of this blood money that is going on, you think God cannot call you to question? Wow. Go to the Quran, read about God's activity in dealing with men. Go to the Bible, read about it. Then you know that your day, my day of judgment is close enough. And do what you think you should do. Fani Kayode joins APC. Is that supposed to be news? No. He was in APC. He came from APC to PDP. After abusing every person, Fani Kayode is fast, is good. His eloquency is more. I think if he has a PhD, he would have been awarded on the area of abusing people. Do I have the authority to say like father, like the son? There is a memo written by a top Yoruba professional and wrote the memo to Dosunmu during the times of President Shehu Shagari, because Remi Fani Kayode, not Femi, Remi Fani Kayode is the father of firepower. Is the father of Femi Fani Kayode. He wrote a petition against a high-ranking officer, and the petition emanated from his application for loan, which the man turned down as managing director, but instead advising that he should redirect the application to the board, that because he had approving limit on recommendation that the board will approve for him of 1 million, and the amount he's asking for is too much. He gave him the details of how his application could say through. He equally advised him that if when he writes to the board, he should limit it to so amount. Please, all of you go and do your research and get these facts out. Remi Fani Kayode, the chief, did not go with that. Instead, he went behind and wrote a dirty petition to throw the man not only off his job, but to keep him in prison. So this man decided to approach the board with his own letter of resignation. But the minister in charge of the matter there was Dosunmu. The minister called him and told him, sit down, withdraw your letter. Well, I'm not accepting this letter from you, because we know who you are. Is it your own that is so much paining you now? Because we are now in NPN. If lies are told about you, about so shops in Ife, is that something that you should worry about? Don't you know what Remi Fani Kayode did against Chief Obafemi Awolowo? Sorry, go into that history. So his eloquence, am I right?
Yes.
his eloquence in abusing people is nothing new, it's hereditary. And his ability to know that this thing is white. But if you ask him, FFK, what's the color of that thing you are talking about? So that when we get there, he's most likely, he will never Femi Fani-Kayode will never tell you it's white or black. He will tell you it is looking like white. That will be his answer. He has prepared the ground for escape. By tomorrow, if you say, but you said, I said I didn't tell you white. I told you it looks like white. He's proficient, things like that. So the issue of him decamping is no big deal. After all, which of the Nigerian politicians have credibility as Muraz? But his pronounced statement that he was the forerunner or he was the helper of people like Dave Umahi, people like Cross River, what's the name of Zamfara State, Matawali, that he processes their decamping, meaning, okay, of course, in politics, what they do, the Nigerian politics, they use us as commodities. He probably have done that so that to make the value of his own arrival bigger, which of course he got. But Dave Umahi has said he lied. So if he said he lied, if you trace the blood and the gene, I'm not mentioning the person's name now, the blood, the gene that comes from somewhere, you will see the anatomy of lying as playing a prominent part. Maybe up to 75% of the total grouping of the blood. So what are we to say more about that? Let us leave the matter. No automatic ticket for Jonathan, new defectors, APC, the nation. That is 2023. To me, this is no big deal. The question that many Nigerians, are not believing is that could Jonathan really sign himself into this project, accepting to cross over to APC, or because he has been promised that in order to fulfill the expectation of the contract agreement of APC that North, then South. So they can give it to him because he's a man that his personal initiatives are limited. He can be zero in and they will accept to take it. Don't be so surprised if good luck, Ebele Jonathan does that, if he agrees. And it is for many reasons. One, he's a Nigerian politician that have no standard. But at that level, if he does it, the Guru, I'm not surprised. Because why did Goodluck Jonathan lost her totally? The years between 2012, 2013, before 2014. A national chairman for the PDP, Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, a very well-known African, very, very successful, was elected as chairman of obviously, Tukur brought his Fulani background, his Taru Christi and everything into the governance. He failed to know what the rules of a national chairman of a party is than either the president of the country or
the executive governors of the state.
Or the governors of the state. So he came with his usual way of commanding. Bamanga Tukur, please take note of this. Remains a man of tremendous influence in the Nigerian politics because he has developed along the line a typical Fulani man, a man who came with the blood and was able to pay what he's supposed to pay, when he was detained in Kirikiri during that coup brought about by Muhammadu Buhari, where Muhammadu Buhari was the beneficiary of the coup where he became head of state. Bamanga Duko was then governor of Gogola state. But Bamanga Duko was detained like all the remaining politician presidents. While he was in prison, he was sending notes out that got many top officers of the Nigeria Ports Authority promoted. He was sending notes. I know what I'm talking about. There used to be this club, one of the most beautiful clubs I was first of all exposed to in this Lagos state, by Maryland, called the Lords. The first person the first person that took me to that club was Bamanga Tuko as a reporter. Oh, that is the man. So he became chairman of, and he was issuing command. Most of the governors, mostly from the north, did not accept it. Most of them, number one, that refused to accept it is the then governor of Sokoto State, who is now a senator, Bamako. And 3 times the governors, about 3 of them, went to meet Goodluck Jonathan and told Goodluck Jonathan, you have to make a choice. Either you retain this man as a chairman, you lose us. Because we cannot operate under this man. Goodluck Jonathan, because of his naivety and every other thing, did not see the exigency that it will be better for him to sacrifice the chairman so that he could retain his governors than allow the governors to go away. He sat down and watched 4 city governors from the north west, north center, to walk away to join another political party. And he knew. And he was saying, what I do, you people use that grammar, something rubbish, something bad rubbish or bad what?
Bad riddance.
A bad riddance to, is it good rubbish or?
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Aha. That was it. He did not know the effect of it until it picked him away from the villa and threw him out. That was the beginning of what they call new PDP. That later joined Kwankwaso and all of them left. So if the man were to be as nervous as naivety played into that role then, I will not be surprised if he were allowed the same thing to play him. But it will be a sad moment for biological facts and the sad moment for the celebration of deliverance. When people will tell a woman that delivers, congratulations, I learned you've just gotten a baby boy, oh, your own dog better. It will be a sad day to be reminded that somebody would have told Goodluck Jonathan's mother that, congratulations, I heard you have the. That is if Goodluck Jonathan goes that way. But he could go. And I've given 2 reasons. One, as a Nigerian politician that has no conscience. But at that level, because of what he did that cost him the presidency at the time. He should not try to make a remark that like Obasanjo did. No, Obasanjo tore the membership card of PDP. But Obasanjo did not tell you he crossed over to APC. That's number 1. Then number 2, at what time did Obasanjo do that? Obasanjo finished his tenure. 2, you did not finish your second tenure. But let me, as a political technocrat, let me predict. Even if Goodluck Jonathan offered and is lured to APC, and is even given the ticket to run, APC will lose the presidency. Jonathan will lose. And all hell will break loose on Jonathan. I don't think I have more to say than this today. Let me stop there. And what 2023, what I will do if Jonathan Johnson APC contests for president? Wike has said it all. Wike did not say he will go to battle, but he will not support him. He will not support him. As much as he believes in him, if he now goes to
of course, the vendetta from the election loss to to the president is already in there.
He will not support him. Meaning, now your own you do. And when Wike tells you this is where I will go, surely you know you will meet him. You will meet him where he told you.
Is it not the hippopotamus from the river?
The hippopotamus from the river. So that is for that.
Is that not all our menus for today?
Maybe one more, but I think I will rest my case so that we can allow people to come in. So, Adu, again, Pa Mike Imodu finish the matter. Say, as a key with my son, give them grammar.
Okay.
Adu, do what only you know how to do best.
Thank you, Guru. Let's take your thoughts and messages, okay? And I have gotten a lot of messages this morning. Stinker, if I may, saying, Adu, you don't like to read our WhatsApp messages. So today I will start from WhatsApp and I will read a lot of WhatsApp messages today. Apologize for all the non-readings in prior moments. Kenneth from Shasha, you just said we didn't read your messages. Okay, do apologize. But the one you sent here is for the Sports Zone, which would skip because this is a different show. A dear friend here says, we've been trying to access your radio online, but have not been able to do so. It's quite difficult to hear you outside Lagos. Oh, okay. We will check that and we'll confirm with the engineers. Thank you for that feedback.
And of course, they can log it straight away.
Yes.
Online. But if you don't want to go online, like Asado Province, we will check it out. And the engineers will help you as far as we can reach.
Obadiah Malaifa. Shike from Makute says, good morning, Adu and the Guru. Southern governors shouldn't back down on VAT issue. If we can't have restructuring with APC, which APC promised, there are other ways. Masari should stop blowing hot air and look for ways to raise revenue for his people. OBJ has said it all. Government is making mockery of borrowing. Hope we won't have to sell our country to pay these PNB loans. Doesn't APC have economists who can think outside the box on revenue generation? I am baffled. Rest in peace, truth fair, Obadiah, my life here. We have a listener here contributing and saying, please let's use WhatsApp for the Friends of Guru platform. Okay, we would look for the best. And of course, bring that to you. Adeneye from Ofada says, good morning, Adu and Guru. The death of Obadiah is very sad. He was really spilling beans and shaking the tables of the high and mighty in the land, particularly those of the northern oligarchy. He was indeed a statesman, a patriot, exposing the role of some political elites in the state of insecurity in the country. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Olujayeju from Yaba says, we of the Christian faith believe that God answers prayer in 3 ways, namely, yes, no, wait. So God's answer to the Imam who claimed he has not received answers to his prayer for PNB is probably no or wait. Hopefully God will start to answer his prayers after 2023.
Okay.
Okay, that was a good laugh. Tunde from Igori says, good morning, Baba. What do you expect? 0 plus 0. Okay, what do you expect from 0 plus 0, if not 0? The issue now have become entertainment. Please, sir, we would like to know how we can make this monthly contribution and would like you to please make it WhatsApp for the Friends of the Guru.
Okay, we try to do that, but the decision really of either migrating to
Telegram.
We might start it on WhatsApp, but we surely shall migrate it to Telegram. Reason be that the number of people per group that WhatsApp accommodates is 256. After 256, it's close. But Telegram can take you. to $1 million or more. Then apart from that, the fact still remains that it's just a matter. You have the Telegram in your system. You download, then you send to it. And once you send the message, once you send the message, you are admitted. And of course, the administrator will send to you the account number and your 1,000 naira per month. Of course, nobody's coming to remind you that you did not pay for last month. No. It is so voluntary. Except that some people, I had somebody who told me that, the guru, please add. He has given me his name and everything that I should add. And you know what he told me? Let me read this. He said, you are not holding me bound. You are not restricting me. He said, I'm putting 100,000 naira there the first month. He said, I may lower myself down to either 10,000 or 5,000 or 1,000, but I'm doing this because this thing is overdue. So if you even offer to become a member and you fail to do anything, nobody is going to ask you. You will not be reminded on it. The good thing is that, but then you would have categorized yourself with some of our politicians by that time. So, but we may start with the WhatsApp, but of course we will not stay there for too long. Where we shall be migrating to Telegram for the reasons I've given. But the matter is coming on. We're prepared.
Makandi says, "Good morning, Adu and the Guru. From President Goodluck Jonathan." Former President Goodluck Jonathan is not a refuse. It's only refuse that goes to the dustbin. Finally, Obadiah Malaifia has been taken out of the way, and they said he died. On the loan issue, Buhari and the company are passing through the road after they have gone. Then they'll close the road against the upcoming generation, who will remain in perpetual debt. But God will disappoint their devices. Says Adu, APC loyalists. Can your APC people tell this nation what they achieved with all the loans they collected so far? You're talking about PVC. Has vote ever counted since Buhari came in? He who kills by the sword will die by the sword. My life here, rest in peace. Well, I'm not an APC loyalist to start with.
I was going to ask you that. Why are you being accused?
Well, probably because I made some comments that seemed I was supporting the government.
No, but the truth is that he has to balance the story. There is no one single person that is a embodiment of Satan, as no one single person is a embodiment of angel. Where it is good, Adu should say it. And I believe we'll be together for quite a time now. I believe that is exactly what he's doing. But if that is your opinion, we can't stop it anyway.
Yeah.
But allow Adu also to express his opinion the way, as a rightful citizen of this country, should be able to express it. But your PVC, please work on it.
Yes.
It is better for you to have an instrument of operation than not having anyone at all. And I can assure you, it's like INEC will go with electronic transfer.
And of course, now that the president seems to be nodding in the direction of a census next year,
yes,
it will come in handy.
Please get your PVC.
Okay, now we've taken messages on WhatsApp so that our friends on WhatsApp will not accuse me again. Let's go to the phone lines now. Numbers to call 0809-234-5913. That's number to call. You can also call us on the landline number 015150-913. There are other numbers you can call as well. Another landline number is 015150-913 and 015151-913. Those are landline numbers you can use if you don't want to use the GSM lines. Hello, good morning.
How do I greet you?
Good morning, Uche. How are you today?
I'm fine. The Guru.
Yes.
I greet you, sir. God bless you for your insightful analysis. And I'd like, for those who still believe in this government, I wish they listened to your analysis this morning. I wish they had all the things you talked about with regards to the debt, the monies we keep borrowing. I've always said it. What this government is doing is a scam. They keep telling you they are borrowing for infrastructure. Where are those infrastructure? Nothing to show for it. Unfortunately, people still call on air and tell you they are doing well. If not for insecurity, we should be praising them. It is sad. But I'm happy you've given us the analysis today. what some of us already know, you have been able to say it again. I wish they would listen, but as long as I'm concerned, I've always known the Guru, just like you stated. There is no hope. There is no hope. It is only God in His infinite mercy that can just show us a way out. But with these people, there is no hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Uche, for your thoughts. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Adu, good morning.
Good morning, Peter.
Yeah, Mr. Godwin and the Guru, good morning, sir. Let me put it this way. See, anybody that wants to become to APC or PDP, they should do that. Please, quickly, before the campaign will start and the election proper will take place. I just know that the 2023 election is between the Nigerian electorate, or the populace, and the politicians. And I want to beg the referee that will officiate that match, which is the election, Mahmoud Yakubu, that apart from only going for electronic transmission of results, it will just be so unbiased and allow Nigerians to speak. If that amount for me, the Sheikh Khalid had spoken my mind and the minds of many Nigerians, what Bishop Kuka has been saying, what this man that has just passed on now, Obadiah has been saying. So to me, it's not about Muslims, it's not about Christians, it's about individuals. When we call Mr. President, I don't say Mr. President, I'm very happy to hear that from him. So we are students, our activities. Mahmoud Yakubu, if you don't allow the wishes of Nigerians to prevail, we will hold you responsible. That's just my point. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Well, you know, in as much as Mahmoud Yakubu is the head of INEC, he still has a little bit of, shall I say, strings attached both to the executive and the legislative. So we have to really ensure that INEC becomes a fully independent body. That's when we can really have an umpire that is unbiased, like you said, Peter. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Adu and Guru.
Good morning to you, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Shagun Ladende.
All right, Mr. Shagun, thank you for calling us. Yes, go on.
Yeah, so sad to hear about the death of Obadiah Melissa. And I'm just looking at the trend of disposition of the current administration, president specifically. The last time I checked, I'm not trying to give any narrative, but Malafa was a Christian before he died. Igbo is a Christian being haunted right now. Kanu is also a Christian in seeming endless detention. So this shows that the disposition of these our president to the Christian agitators is so, I don't know, is so violent and intolerant.
Is that entirely true? Because we've had the cases of, what's the name of that particular imam in Zaria that, you know, also was just recently vindicated by the court. I'm trying to remember his name now.
And what has happened to the man you're talking about?
No, I'm just saying that, you know, you saying that people who are being targeted
you two can do your findings. Gumi is still working the streets of Nigeria. He has said a lot of things, even more serious than what Obadiah said.
But
nothing has happened to Gumi and the like.
Equally, other people, look at Femi Fani-Kayode, for instance, who has now joined the APC. Prior to the time he's joining, I think he called the president names on public space.
I do.
I'm just saying that.
I know you are trying to defend your station, but if you check it well, you see that there is a fact in this trend I'm trying to show.
Oh, all right, sir. Thank you for your contribution. I do understand that there's a connection between the people you've mentioned, but it doesn't mean that it's only exclusive to Christian protagonists or antagonists, beg your pardon, of the government. I mean, you can also look on the other side and see people who have a different faith who have also been caught in the web. Hello, good morning.
I just called to correct that false narrative.
Sorry?
I called to correct that false narrative.
Okay.
Dazuki is a Muslim. Elzazaki is a Muslim. Bafarawa is a Muslim. So many of them are Muslims that have faced the wrath of the law in this country. So let's stop this false narrative of putting ethnicity or religion in issues. Let us face what we are facing, the challenges that are facing us, and cure it. Thank you.
Thank you
I must thank him for that correction.
That was Kelvin.
Yeah, I must thank Kelvin for that correction. You see, when we go into the top marketplace of manipulations, we now bring in the religious, we now bring the ethnicity, this thing and that. Zaki. It's one person that...
I think is that Imam? I was trying to remember the one in Zaria.
The one that is now with the wife in...
yes.
And the court discharge and Lagos...
Thank you. His name just flew off the top of my head.
Zaki is the leader of not the Sunni, but what do you call the other set? The Shiite. The one that comes from Iran. So, and most of these people have even benefited. Most of these presidents and they benefited from this man. You know, when the man was really ripe in his empire, he was a top this thing. So we should not bring the government selfishly can do this. The government sometimes not selfishly can do this. But let us discuss the issues at hand today.
Okay, let me go back to WhatsApp. Our friends on WhatsApp seem to be sending in a lot of messages today.
Please, go ahead.
This one is coming from Maxwell. Says, good morning, Adu and Guru. Here we go again. Nigeria's problem is like a situation where one is trying to prevent a chicken from pecking on the food meant for human consumption. But the chicken did not only peck on the food, but also steps on it with its two legs. The economic malady ravaging Nigerian space and the north in particular under the leadership of President Buhari, Northern Elders Forum with Hakim Baba as spitting fire and brimstone as to why the next president must come from 2023. The next president must come from the north for 2023.
2023, yes.
It says they'll never play second fiddles for the south. My question is, from 1960 to the date, has the north played any second fiddle? And within the span of this period that the north has held sway, what was the legacy that was left behind in the sands of time? Just trying to compress the message because of time now. It says, and still they want to lay claim to the presidency come 2023. Shame to them. Let them bring it on. We here in the south are preparedly watching, waiting.
That must be a very lengthy one.
Yes,
while we are on this, some people are trying to call me. You are calling the number when I'm still on air. Does it really make sense?
No, they should call the phone lines of the station directly. Uche from K2 says, good morning, Prophet. Prophet Guru. You didn't tell me you're a prophet now.
That's just newly added.
Newly added, okay. So you're periscoping.
I think that guy is learning from you faster than...
It said, I just said we should get our PVCs when our leaders are opposing electronic transmission of electoral results and electronic voting so that they can continue manipulating results and keep enslaving us. What do we do to make sure our votes count? Thanks and God bless you. For starters, you know, when they see the volume of people that have PVCs, they know that the game has changed. But if you see the numbers still the same meager amount that it used to be, they know that, well, we just do this, do that, and do abracadabra.
Okay.
What's that word the magician say?
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra, thank you.
I would for the first time, let me disagree with you. That they are seeing the magnitude or the quantum of PVC that are ready to go into that election does not deter any Nigerian politician. Because in their calculations, in their myopic calculations, and in their crude and inimical to progress of the people calculations, they would want to go back to increase the bags of rice, They want to go back to increase the bag of the content of their give out from 1,000 naira to 2,000 naira. They may want to increase it to in 2 million people places. I mean, these are situations that bullion vans could move with all these things. What deters them is the Nigerians, please do this. Cry to the National Assembly. That thing they are yet, the two conferences of the National Assembly, that is the Senate and the House of Representatives, they are setting up a harmonization committee of both. Let them harmonize to take electronic into the election, into the
electronic transmission of results.
Electrical stage. Let's move to digital. Because if they fail to do it, it doesn't matter, because the politician would have known that, okay, we have even 100 million PVC ready. They say, this is compromise already. I mean, if the people would deliberately, with their wicked intent, put INEC under the supervision of NCC, then we are doomed for life. More so when we have a president that will not be willing to sign a digitalized electoral reform quickly. So please hold on to your representative. You voted him. He has a constituency. All of you that gather yourself and tell you, Oga, if you do it the way you are doing it, don't forget you have no home coming back here again. Let it be this. That's the only way out.
Moniga says, Guru, I'm not going to praise or salute Ali Ndume for saying what we know. He's just playing with people's minds. Isn't he the same senator that calls for more allocations and funding for the military to prosecute man-made terror business called Boko Haram, knowing fully well that the funds initially allocated has found its way to private accounts of those in charge without them being prosecuted? Yet the senator is saying the obvious, but he doesn't deserve any praise.
Okay,
the soul of Obadiah continue to rest in peace. Truth don't die, according to one of Femi Kuti's songs. We have lost another truthful man. Who shall speak for the masses now? While the dollar keeps rising, people losing their jobs, the only thing on the mind of PMB is we are done for. Most of the excuses and reasons of overthrowing the government of Shagari in 1980s given by our president is what he himself is doing as a democratic president, demonstrating now. He says, FFK is a professional politician. He must survive. And he puts an ellipsis there.
Okay.
We'll go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Big.
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where you
Good
calling
morning,
from?
Adu.
Akwan.
This is Akman speaking. Yes, Akman.
All right, go on.
Udo, yeah. The Guru.
Permit
me to say, Uche from Ikeja, I'm sorry. We did not listen to you from the beginning. We were choking our head, doing argument as if we were in court. At the end of the day, we were saying it. The Guru, like you said, there is no light at the end of this tunnel. The light, the NEPA don't cut the cable. So it will not come on. No light, the Guru. It's a shame to this government. It's a big shame, President Muhammad Buhari. We have hope in you. Almost everybody believes in you. The Guru, can you imagine that it's one step for 1 naira? 1 step for 1 naira now. It's a big shame, the Guru. We're on radio. It's a shame.
Okay.
Later.
Okay, think of how you will change it. Don't just let hope be lost. We just spoken about how you can talk to your representative now so that the bill being amended should be amended to bring light to the tunnel. So please.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Paul.
Yeah, Paul. No. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Who is that representative? You go to a senator, he will tell you so. If you stop him, you get you arrested with police. So what are you talking about here? This manipulation from them will continue until we, Matthew, will say enough is enough.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm telling you about, sir. The manipulation will continue until you say no to it. You can meet. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir.
Yes.
Hold on, sir. Please organize your membership in your constituency. Then you take a movement to go and meet the senator or the House of Representatives.
That is what I'm telling
They
you.
will
From
listen
one
to you.
level.
They cannot just turn you
That
back like that. People are doing
there.
it. People are doing it.
Still, you know, all to no avail. You don't even know where these senators kept themselves now.
I know the place where my own is, and anytime I want to see him,
not to know him, your place.
anytime I want to see him, he always makes himself available for me.
Not only seeing him, what about making things there at the National Assembly? Saying no to no source and irresponsible views. How many of them have done that? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you.
So, I don't see anything there.
Thank you, Paul. All right, we'll wrap up the show with messages from WhatsApp. But apologies to our callers. Just a little bit biased towards the WhatsApp family today, given the antecedent. This is quite a lengthy read. I might not be able to read all your messages because it goes on and on and on and on and on.
You can abbreviate it.
It's just talking about FFK and the different scenarios and where he said different things. Thank you for your thoughts. Divine from Ojo says, good morning. You can imagine Buhari in attending a UN meeting on COVID, and rather than taking Minister of Health, DG or NCDC or State Minister of Health, he took the NSA, Malami, Minister of Defense. I don't know whether these people are the ones handling COVID.
Maybe there are more matters than COVID only there.
Easy says, Adu, PVC is not enough. During the election day, politicians will send thugs to disrupt elections, thwarting the efforts of we the people in voting. Okay. Ejatabo George says, Guru, Obadiah is from Southern Kaduna. Adu urging us to make concerted efforts to obtain PVC is good, but I have tried to renew mine, which has failed to no avail. I'm asked to upload 2 photos, one smiling, another being serious, and it must be from the laptop's webcam. Unfortunately, my laptop is showing errors. What can I do? Maybe you go to the physical office then.
No, you can go to the physical. Every local government they have. Go there, please. It may take you some time, but it is better to give that time and get what you want than staying without any at all.
Olawale says, good day, sirs. I was taught in RCCG School of Discipleship that there are 2 types of the demonic attacks. The one who is ready to be set free and the one who is unwilling, who is comfortable with his or her present situation, no matter the efforts made to set him free. The sheikh shouldn't bother himself. The people who have already prepared themselves for destruction, like Pharaoh, will be destroyed. Kelvin from Surulere says, I'm shocked for those who are shocked about FFK. There's no surprise there at all. As an Aoist, I know the role someone played in the 60s. He even went as far as saying, if no one votes for us, angels will come down from heaven and vote for us. So like someone, like son. David from Chevron says, good morning, guys. I'm glad the Guru is able to admit the truth about the fate of Nigeria. Sir, God will abuse anybody that abuses you this morning for saying the truth. Ado is still living in La La Land. We need a brutally dogged and strong-willed person to lead this country. God. Someone like Wike, not people that are being patched by surgeons every now and then. The cost of governance in Nigeria is outrageous. We need to start fixing things from there. This is one. It says, good morning, Guru and Adu. This is Onako. Please, this insight you reeled about FFK Kayode's defection. How come you never countered his opinion when he was still in PDP? Please shed light on this, sir. Do we have the time for that?
No time.
Oyin from Finland says, I'm surprised a lot of people are bashing FFK because he crossed to the other political mafia. Most people bashing him now hailed him then when he was always inciting the public with his articles. He was a strong supporter of Nnamdi Kanu, but Nnamdi Kanu forgot. Femi once wrote an article titled The Truth About the Igbos, where he wrote horrible things about the Igbos. FFK can never be trusted. Okay. Let's quickly take one more.
Just one more, please.
Okpa Kende from Ijegun says, good morning, the Guru and Adu. Fani Kayode never disappointed me because I'm not his follower. He has the right to move to any party. A governor in the north said if he joins APC, Allah should punish him. 2 months ago, he defected to APC. Did Allah punish him? Religion is politics. Meiti being killed. Gambari Pafulani Kolejoninu.
Gabari Pafulani Kolejoninu.
Oh, sorry.
Adu. You of all people.
He wrote it in English.
Gabari Pafulani Kolejoninu.
Okay, so we, the Ijegun Pressure Group, have started cleaning and clearing gutters and drainages in Ijegun for healthy environment. I urge all landlords whose houses along Ijegun Ikotun Road should please kindly declutter their gutters.
That's good.
That's a good initiative for you, Kende,
Yes.
from Ijegun.
On that,
We declutter our show.
yes. But we want to thank you for being part of this thing. You follow me on Facebook, Godwin Itakibebu. And of course, please have the Twitter ready because very soon, within the next 2 weeks, our Twitter will be back to us by the authority of the gods of the land. You will follow me then at Bwebu, at Godwin_Bwebo. Is it Bwebo? I've forgotten.
Guru, it wasn't a few days ago. We were told in a few days. So the few
but
days,
I can show you now that
in few days.
In less than 3 weeks.
Okay, 3 weeks.
In less than.
Okay.
So what's that my
Honestly, I can't even remember my.
I've forgotten my. Anyway, you can follow me Facebook, Godwin Itakibebu, or the page created on Facebook, which is Vetra Column. Of course, visit my website, www.godwintheguru.com, and of course, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Godwin the Guru. I do thank you very much for doing a good job always. You know, it's a pretty good thing having you by my side.
Thank you, sir.
By my side, by my side, by my side, by my side. Oh, Prince Will, thank you, my son. You are doing very, very greatly. You are doing very, very good. Oh, I have no reason now to change my mind that I will lash you one day because I know that day will not come. So, until next, of course, that phone number, those of you calling while I'm still on air, that is why I pick somebody now, but I pick you. You were just listening to the discussion before now I announced that if you are calling me now, why? Come to the numbers given to you, the station numbers, not when I'm on air. Anyway, until Monday next week, I shall be with you tomorrow for morning digest and Wednesday by the grace of God. But until Monday next week, please keep yourself out of trouble. Bye-bye.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.